Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Undead Mage. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we'll be taking on the Southern Barrens. We'll be kicking things off at Camp Taurajo, where we've got a quest to turn in and some quick profession work to take care of. So, let's get started. Turn in the quest first, which should bring us to level 25.
Well met. We shall meet.
It's good to see you return with proof of victory. It is good to know that you have done so with your bones unbroken. Cry of the Thunderhawk. The Thunderhawk, Adelaide, is a fierce beast. It is time for you to face them. You must find where it roams and bring me its wings as proof of your successful hunt. Do this, and your time with me will near its end.
May the eternal sun
Alright,
shine.
cool. We've got one more hunt to do, at least. We're going to stick a point into Shatter, finally. It's probably the talent I'm most excited to put points into. And we'll go inside the hut here, and we'll pick up some fine thread. And we're going to make ourselves the last 3 remaining bags that we need, the woolen bags. Got a couple points from this. We've still got some wool left over to convert into more bolts. There is a tailoring trainer here, I believe, so we can check with them to see what could be coming next. Feels a little bit better. Love having more space.
Well met.
So we've got woolen boots, which we don't care about. It's basically the same as what we're wearing now. It's just got agility on it, which does not help us. We'll get our first pair of shoulders at 110, which is coming up quick. We'll have heavy woolen pants as well. And not much else. We're going to actually run into bolts of silk soon afterwards. The spider silk boots at like 125.
Goodbye.
Alright, so not too many pieces to be gained just yet. So we're gonna be heading south now. We'll pick up the Thunderhawk wings real quick and quickly come back to Camp Taurajo to finish that up. Can't remember if there's a quest after that or not. But if there is, I'd like to handle that first, depending on where it is. Thunderhawks can be pretty sparse, but luckily the drop rate for these wings is very high from what I remember. Oh, there we go, we've already got him. It's really not much of a final hunt, if I'm being honest. Their lightning breath can definitely hurt a bit. At least a bit more than the, thunder lizards do. But it is very odd. I feel like some of the other quests, the earlier hunt quests up north, can actually be a little bit more difficult.
What brings you here? Go in peace.
You, like the Thunderhawk, should be proud. You have bested every foe we set before, and you have done so with strength, courage, and honor. But your path, Adelaide, continues. In fact, you will find that true hunters forever strive, forever walk their path with the same pride you have shown me. Now it is time to move on. We'll pick up the staff, of course. It's going to be worth a little bit more. You have hunted the beasts of the barrens. Your spirit is strong, but a hunter must always be prepared. A true hunter can stalk prey down any path. Mountains and swamps will not sway her, not even the sea. Find my sister, Marin. She hunts the great water beasts along the coast. She will be your teacher in their ways. But be wary in your search for her. The Baron's coast is held by humans.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
Yeah, it's up north by Ratchet, actually. It's marked as level 27. So there must be some other sort of beast that we're going to be sent to kill at some point. But I imagine it won't be here in the Barrens. Maybe it'll be in, like, Thousand Needles or Desolus or something like that. We'll turn that in when we can, maybe a little bit later on. It depends on how well these next couple of quests go. The goal is going to be to deal with the Quillboar today. We've got 3 named Quillboar to kill. And a couple of items to be picking up off of each one as well. You know what? I never picked up the egg hunt quest up at the crossroads. This is another quest that I typically skip in most playthroughs, but now that it's green to us, I feel like it's a bit more appealing to our current situation. Most of the hardcore characters that I've played, I'm typically going at a pace that's slow enough to not have to worry about these things, but the Mage has been so fast. I feel like that's how a lot of casters are, or really most of the casters are in general. They tend to not feel as different as their classic era counterparts. You know, as in just a character that's able to group and do dungeons and do all the normal stuff. And it's because most of the power in your spells just simply comes from new spell ranks. And, you know, maybe a little bit from talents, but your gear as a caster doesn't matter as much in a hardcore setting. At least offensively. Such a strange thing to complain about, but I do feel like we have been going too fast recently. Alright, we're heading off the Southern Gold Road and back into Quillboar territory. These named NPCs, these named Quillboar, can be tough to hunt sometimes simply because of their availability. And there are a lot of players usually down here at Blackthorn Ridge. Which I never understood why it typically used to be so packed. Only because I feel like there's no other reason to come here besides these couple of quests. But who knows, we're pretty far into the anniversary life cycle for hardcore, so it might be pretty quiet. And I can see our first named Quillbore here in Cuz. He is a Frost Mage, so let's put up our Frost Ward, give ourselves an easier time. Oh, I can tell he's resistant to frost as well. It's not taking nearly as much damage. Alright, perfect. Now we gotta find Knack and Lock. Something else I have found to be useful, I guess, with regards to this place is the weapons that drop that we need for the quests are just normal, like, white weapons, I think. That can be vendored, so do be careful not to vendor those before you turn in the weapons of choice quest. But any extras that you do have, since they are weapons, will actually vendor for a decent amount. So if you get lucky with several extras, you can make quite a bit of gold for this level, I think. Let's just focus on killing the leaders first. There's always going to be enough of the other types here. Let's be careful with these stalkers. And we'll focus on the leaders first, get them out of the way so we don't have to worry about them. See Knack in the distance. You can also see some stalkers and seers in between where we need to be. To him. We'll let him walk a little bit further away. And cast spells. Knack down. Let's go grab a Lock Orcbane. Not sure what this extra quest marker is on the map. It's for Washday Pond. I think it might be like a Thunderhawk, like a rare spawn or something. That if you are lucky enough to stumble across him, he might give you a quest. I don't think I've ever seen him before though. Hang out and gain a little bit of mana back before we start hitting this Pathfinder. I suppose another good plus about Blackthorn Ridge is the supply of wool cloth you can get. I've been picking up a ton so far. I suppose there aren't going to be too many good areas for wool. This is probably one of the better ones. But as long as it's not too busy, I think obviously the farms of Hillsbrad are probably the top spot. This type of cloth. We've got the wand. Just move that over here so we don't fender it by accident. Sometimes you just get lucky. We hit frostbite like 3 times there. Not a single one of our frost bolts broke the freeze either, so that was great. At 15% chance, it's obviously a little inconsistent, but it's so much fun when it happens. And I'd rather take the fun and inconsistent nature than have a bit more of a boring time, but it be more consistent. And Locke is dead. Perfect. Alright, so all that we need now is the shield from one of the war frenzies. I think we need a knife from either the Pathfinders or the Stalkers. So I'll head back towards Nakis. So I think that's where we'll find most of those. And hopefully one of these war frenzies along the way will drop that shield for us. We came here just in time as well. Level 32 Undead Warrior. Interesting. Curious to know if he is questing or if he's here for another reason. Certainly can't be a weapon, that's for sure. He's carrying a whirlwind axe with what looks like the fiery enchant on it. Yeah, he looks like he's about to go on a killing spree. Let's hope that we find this shield soon then. It's at level 32, he'll probably get rid of these in no time. There's the shield. And now we just need the knife. Picked up some silk as well. Can't forget that we gotta cook up this clam meat. Okay, we're freezing all over the place. We're very low on mana though, so let's pop off this backstabber. Try to get some mana back. I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again about Cannibalize. I really wish it gave you some mana back as well. Even if it wasn't like as much as the health. It would be an absolute, I mean, I get the undead racials are already pretty good. So I suppose I'm just getting greedy. But man, that would have been, that would be huge for casters. Still nothing. I feel like usually I get a lot more weapons to drop when I typically do these quests. But I can't complain. We took care of the hard part already. Gathering up this extra wool is going to be nice too. Something we're going to have to do at some point anyway. Take some time away from the general questing experience. To be honest, we could use a grind. We really could use a grind. Catch ourselves up. Get some more green quests in our log. There we go. Now we've got the backstabber. What do we want to do? We've got Gan's Reclamation. I think this is the Dwarven based quests that we could do. Well, at least the first part. There's an elite portion of this quest. It's over in that bunker over there, actually, to the right. But the stuff you can do in the dig site isn't too bad. But one of the other issues you could run into is finding the quest giver. It's got quite a long path up and down this road. He'll only go up to a certain point, but there he is.
Hail.
It looks like he's looking for the quest as well.
Go in
In
peace.
solitude, I wander these roads. The dwarves of Baal Modan show no respect for my land. Horrendous blasts drive holes deep into the ground as noisy machines rip apart the hills. Lands which once served as home and provider to my tribe are now riddled with destructive dwarves. Attempts at reaching a diplomatic resolution have failed. Now is the time for decisive action. Drive the dwarves from Baal Modan excavation by force, and bring to me the journal of their leader, Prospector Gazgorm.
Be careful.
Gazgorm. All right. Yeah, I think we can do this. But this is another busy place. This might also be a pretty decent place to like farm up some wool cloth. And it's going to be this is going to be a bit more dangerous than the Quillbore, I think. Because it's going to be much more confined. We got to treat it like a cave. Because there's only one way out. And if it gets clogged up, you know, we could be in trouble. Check it out, and we'll see how we fare. We need 15 of them. That's quite a lot. Let's try not to miss any. Yeah, they are lower level. I mean, at 21, that's pretty good compared to the 23, 24 we were seeing with the Quillbore, but just the area is just so much more dangerous. And and so much more condensed. Let's keep our eye out for the foreman. Or not these foremen, but I guess the prospector is a better way to put it. I think he patrols around the entire excavation site, if I'm not mistaken, so it might be possible to pick him off. I'm not so much worried about the excavators, I guess, even though we need 15 of them. I think the 5 foremen will be more difficult to get, and obviously the prospector. Keep trying to use Fire Ward whenever we fight these foremen. Try to reduce the fire damage from torch toss. Torch toss can't be interrupted, I guess. I see the prospector. It's over on the right over there. Not really moving, surprisingly. Just kind of hanging out. Maybe it's just a matter of him spawning somewhere random in the excavation site. Let's take him out now. Awesome. Got his journal. Ooh, which we can read. That's cool. I'll try to remember that. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll try to remember to do that on our way back to Gan. awesome. This is going, it's going pretty smooth so far. Only need 2 more foremen as well. This is a lot easier with without so many people. There's ups and downs to having these servers being so popular in the beginning, at least. But I am definitely quite enjoying the I guess reduced population. We're seeing plenty of players still, enough that it makes it makes Azeroth feel quite populated, but not enough where I feel like some quests are just impossible to complete. Actually try to get our last foreman. I can start seeing some respawns happening now. If we can get our last foreman, we can kind of hang around the entrance to the site, which would be nice. I would feel a lot safer. Lord Cyric Blackforge, got a named dwarf up there. Dark Iron, maybe. He's not a rare spawn, though. Respawn. Back up a little bit. Still gotta watch our backs. I feel like some excavators might spawn on the hill here. And we need 5 more. I'm gonna head back up the hill. Got one more to kill. Get a closer look at this dark iron though. Over by the plane over here. Lord Cyric Blackforge. Doesn't seem to be a quest associated with him, like he won't drop a quest item. Since he doesn't have a silver or a gold portrait, I wouldn't expect to see any loot off of him either. Alright, we are done. Let's head back to Gan. And we'll head back to Camp Tarajo. That's right, we can read the journal. The excavation of Baal Madan. The original survey crew sent by the Explorers League was indeed correct in their findings. The ground here holds artifacts of unlimited value to our people. No doubt we will find many answers in our quest for knowledge beneath the sand and the rock of Baal Madan. The geology of the region dictates we use extreme measures, however. Many of the sand deposits have solidified under the harsh conditions and varying climate. The solution is quite simple, however. Using wood pulp as an absorbent, we can combine traces of nitroglycerin with sodium nitrate to develop a strong blasting charge, capable of breaking through even the most dense masses. The work will be noisy and disruptive, but our search is of far greater importance than the comfort of the local inhabitants. In fact, we've already had to drive a band of bullmen out of the area who are proving to be a nuisance. The fact that we are dealing with various rogue elements out here leads me to believe we will need support from the King's army. Not only will the excavation require military support, but it would seem to my novice eye that the location of Baal Madan might be of strategic value to the Alliance, considering the volatility of world politics in their current state. Alas, I have digressed. There is much work to be done beneath the rock. I have spent too much time writing and not enough digging.
Well met.
Very cool.
Ancestors watch over you.
Kazgorm met the fate he earned. I feel no remorse for the fool. He was an infidel on these lands. May his death serve as a warning to all those who threaten to disrupt our way of life. Now let me take a moment to study the dwarf's journal.
Farewell.
Revenge of Gan. I don't know if we can collect these. Yeah, these are collected off of the various officers and soldiers and whatnot within the keep, which I believe everything in here is elite, if I'm not mistaken.
What brings you here?
I can take the quest real quick and see if it says anything about that. It actually doesn't, surprisingly. Still, I think we should just leave it alone for now. The excavation site is dangerous enough. Going inside this building is even worse, I feel like. It's going to be even more dangerous. So for now, let's head back to Camp T. I've got a couple of quests to turn in, and we definitely made some great progress today. We're halfway through 25 already. We haven't even turned anything in yet. So I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable now as far as going back to Stone Talon and Hillsbrad. We'll probably do Stone Talon next. Yeah, we'll head back to Sunrock Retreat and we'll pick up a couple of things. Stone Talon Peak might not be too bad. It's marked as level 26, but honestly, I feel like a lot of the enemies you can kill are a little bit less than that, and it's pretty open. Because otherwise, we really don't have that much we can take on. I mean, we can take on the Thistlefur. We're in the hold here. Definitely not ready for 1,000 needles yet. And there's really not that much to do in the Barrens. There. We meet again, Alliance Brigade. I was going to kill some stuff along the way, but I guess we are heading around instead. On the other side of this hill. I wonder how close they get to Camp Taurajo. I mean, it's right over there. They must get pretty close. Thought I disconnected there for a second. This would be a bad place to disconnect. Let's not do that. Back to Camp T. Hello again, Mangletooth. It is done then. Better it ends this way, says Mangletooth. They should have made sure I was dead when they turned their backs on me, instead of leaving me here in this forsaken cage. There is but one task left for you to finish, Undead. Take Locke's head to Thork in the crossroads, Undead. He should know what has happened to my tribe without any words. Not that he would believe Mangletooth helped in such things, but I am sure he'll reward you for carrying out such a great deed. I will continue to bless you with Agamagon's power for as long as I remain in this cage, Undead. Until then, farewell. Oh, a nice chunk of experience, 3K. That's fantastic. It feels good. That's how every major quest line should end, with a giant dump of experience.
Doomhowl for the Horde.
Excellent. Excellent specimens indeed. The Quillbar are further along than I expected. Here, Mage, take this and get out of my way. I'd better take a closer look at these weapons. We may have underestimated our enemy, and that's the kind of mistake we can't afford to make.
Be safe. Go forth to victory.
Interesting. This is for 1,000 needles. We'll just leave this alone for now, but I think we'll definitely want to pick this up at some point. Yeah, let's wrap things up at the crossroads.
Greetings.
We'll turn in our last quest. Just going to put us in a very good position. We're going to be about 4/5 of the way through level 25. And we've got some clams to cook up.
Blood and thunder.
You found the Razormane leader and killed him yourself, Adelaide? Amazing. I am without words, but that does not mean I am without thanks. The people of the Crossroads would do well to respect your strength. I must admit, I thought the leader of these raids on our supply lines was another Quillbar. Thank you again, Adelaide.
Strength.
Huge chunk of XP. I think I need some refreshing spring water so that we can cook up our clams. Is sold, so our bags are nice and clean. We've got a lot of wool cloth to get through. We're starting to not run into a lot of linen anymore, so we might actually have to farm up some to catch our first aid up because we're still behind. We actually still need quite a bit. It's going to take more than 12 heavy linen bandages as well to push us to level 80. But we'll figure it out. In the meantime, I think I'm going to stop it right here for now. As always, I thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.